my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies. Now, I have a download for this one, and the angel deck is out, so you know it's likely big business because the angels don't tend to come out unless we're talking about like a major karma read. Also the heavy hitting decks are usually like Terror of the Crone. Like when that comes out, it's like there are beings involved and it's just like, oh, we're in for something. So we're in for something here, which is both like, depending on who you are, well, in the end, it all comes out in the wash. It is ultimately going to be good for everyone. But right now, it's going to be extremely good for some people and extremely bad for others. And so the download associated with this was Santa Claus is coming to town. And the rendition, the version of Santa Claus is coming to town is the Bobcat Goldthwait rendition that he sings towards the end of the movie Scrooged with Bill Murray, when he has come back into the office that he was fired from, and he is attempting to murder Bill Murray with a shotgun. He is singing Santa Claus is coming to town, and it's, you know, it's very sinister, right? Because he's trying to shoot this man, and he's just saying, he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows if you've been bad or good. You better watch out. It's like that kind of stuff. And here's the thing is, Santa Claus, the spirit of Christmas, or, the forces in general, that's sort of like the list, right? The naughty list and the good list. That is sort of a representation of monitoring spirits, recording angels, however you want to refer to that. The deeds are writ in the book of life, the book of death, the Akashic records, right? All of these things are accounted for. And what is going on right now with this 7-year karmic cycle that is coming to an end, it's the 7 year, we're at the close, so we're going like into the 10-year now. Some stuff is still gonna play out through the end of 2026, but what is happening in this shift, so what's closing now is like, for a lot of people, the end of their like ultra bad timeline. Personally, we're not talking about like, the rest of the world quite yet. Don't know if that's an inevitability. But for a lot of people, their mega bad timelines are ending. And so the tables there are turning. And so what you're going to start seeing happen fairly rapidly in 2024, if you are on the nice list, is you're going to start to see, I remember I'm so sorry. When I was saying that, I remember there's like several, like because so many like people are watching the videos now, I'm getting like way more rapid downloads and I'm trying to keep track of them. I have to write them down. But I just remembered one that I forgot. I was like, there it is. There it is. I'll have to make another video about it. If you are on the nice list, you are going to start to see like your fortunes shifting. Because not everything has been all bad, right? In the 7 years, you've had moments of good, moments of bad, but in general, right? In general, maybe you haven't seen really big sweeping good changes for yourself. You have maybe experienced like good changes as in, I'm getting healthier. I've been on my sobriety. Like those are all good things, like being on your sobriety, like healing this, healing that. But that's all very hard work. And if you've been very dedicated to it, you are going to start seeing the world, materiality, respond to you in a positive way starting in 2024. And it's going to go fairly rapidly. Okay, so essentially your energy is coming back to meet you in materiality. And there's a reason why this might have taken so long. Like if you have specific manifestations that it is confusing for you why they never manifest, I'm pretty sure this is in line with my authenticity. Like I don't know what's going on here. The feedback that I'm getting is that this should have manifested. Like why didn't it? There's a reason actually. There's a reason, and that's what I'll get to in one of the other videos, because that goes along with something else as well. But, so that is the nice list. So this is essentially the last are becoming first, and the first are becoming last. Now, for those who were first during this past 7 years, depending on how they became first and what they did while they were first, well, some people are on the naughty list. And those are the people, because like, there are some people who become first who will like stay generally there. They might fluctuate a little bit. But if someone became first like through ethical means and didn't like harm anybody to get where they are, that's relatively fine. Like nobody needs to be knocked down out of that. But there are some people who are going to be taking fairly hard falls. And so those are the people on the naughty list. And here's the thing. That may manifest like in front of you. Like you may see people taking falls. However, what this is also a reminder of is that if you are on the nice list, if the tables are turning so that you are becoming first, you're being asked to remember how you treat the people who are on their way down and also on their way up simultaneously, because everyone's at a different point of that process. Also, when you are first, how are you treating the people around you? Because the polarities can shift in a person at any point. If you become first, like through ethical means, hard work, whatever, being good to people in general to the best of your ability, you can still become first and then like it all goes to your head and you start like treating people terribly and you think you're the most important thing on earth, and then you're likely going to get a pride check. And of course, this all fluctuates depending on how much material and intergenerational wealth someone has behind them. So a fall that somebody like, Jeff Bezos is going to take, for instance, it is not likely going to look like most people would consider like him taking a fall as like he loses all of his money and like blah, blah, blah. That's likely not going to happen. In fact, like that would look like something happening like horribly in his personal life or something. People who have accumulated a lot of wealth, unfortunately, you don't tend to see that sort of stuff happening. And also if someone has actually broken the law and they have a ton of wealth, unfortunately justice like that's challenging to happen, but it doesn't mean that people don't take falls and don't experience karma. It just tends to look differently. Okay. How is this coming out? 3 in the middle. So that is the download. So I'm aware of that, but I'm not really sure what the actual reading is. But there are angels present, at least, and angels who are upward. Like I don't really yet, like I'm going to have to eventually get like the demon deck. But for right now, we're working with like the high resonance angels. Oh, yeah. So that makes sense. So right now we have, well, here's the return. We have Aladaya, the favorable god. That's the 6 of Pentacles beneath the deck. That's kind of incoming. It's like they're presenting like these are rings on a pillow, but this is what is being presented. So divine grace cures rage and pestilence, absolves the guilty. And that's something to remember, like once you are the one, because the 6 of Pentacles is the like wealthy person giving things out to poorer people. So this is sort of a reminder of once you are given certain things, how are you going to treat those who maybe did not treat you well? How are you going to treat those who maybe aren't in the position that you are? But the 3 that we have out right now, we have Eabamia, which is the Hermit, Word of God creating all, alchemy and transformation, of course. Rules natural events, helps with spiritual progress. Oh my Lord. So this is rules natural, like this is about major shifts, right? And also the Hermit, that would have been work that you have done to yourself, your inner work. And then we have Hakamia is strength, the raising god. Loyalty, delivery from those who seek to oppress, brings victory. So You are ascendant. You have done the work, or you are at least very strong in your foundation, and you have also created that resiliency in yourself. And of course, on the end here, we have Namamia, the lovely god. That is the 7 of Pentacles. So again, the 7-year karmic cycle. Discernment, general prosperity, the deliverance of prisoners. So you see, we're being released here. For all of you who very much resonate with what I've been talking about, and you've been resonating with like the 7-year karmic cycle reads when they come out, this is like, all right, we're getting ready to turn you loose, and we're getting ready to kind of like start giving you, the material rewards, the energetic rewards, things like that that are coming out through obviously the close of, like, this is all building and going to be like cemented in the 10-year cycle at the close of that. Like, so 2026, you should like be seeing like a very big, like, by the end of 2026, if this reading is for you, you will look back where you are now and you'll be like, what the hell happened? But like in a good way. It's also like this is being done for a reason, and at least from my understanding, a lot of this is being done because of the mega happy timeline meta narrative that we get into on this channel anyway. And the thing is, it's on a lot of other channels too. You are going to be seeing, like, I've already seen it like for a while now. It's sort of like no matter what reader who you listen to, it's like, even if you're on a pick a card, if you are on this timeline and dimension, it doesn't matter what pick a card you pick, you're like going to be getting stuff about how like you have mega incoming success. You're about to have like all this wonderful stuff. And then you might have like some past person energies come back here and there about people who want your forgiveness and things like that. It's like all of that stuff. And if you don't get any like past person reads, it's just like all of the reads on your timeline and everything else are going to start, if they have not already, they're going to shift into like nothing but like positive stuff. Because for now, y'all have either gotten a solid footwork into dealing with the really negative stuff that you've been needing to deal with, and there just flat out is kind of no more big time work for y'all to do there, for those of you who have been doing the work for the past like 7 to 10 years, right? So it's like you move into a new phase after that, and then usually there are more lessons to be learned that usually aren't as drastic as like the previous lessons. But of course, there's going to be like new conflicts, new stuff going on within this new phase. And then at the end of that 7 years, at the close of that 10 years, like there's going to be stuff going on after the 10-year close, 2026. There's going to be a 4-year cycle, a 7-year cycle, and then another 10-year cycle, right? And that, the 4-year cycle, that 4-year cycle at the close of 2026, that's about when, like, if we haven't done certain things, I don't know about the mega happy timeline. So like, that's why all these messages are coming out. It's to keep us gradually shifting towards the mega happy timeline in whichever way that you're understanding that through, whichever reader, blah, blah, blah. So, what do we, we are to get and other angels. So these are the 3 angels that I just read for y'all. They were telling me it would have been better if I would have had demons to represent the other collective that I'm going to talk about, but we do not have demons. We don't have the demons right now. All right. Not really getting anything under the deck. So I have chosen the player character for the collective because, of course, in the Sovereign Age Mega Happy Timeline, no one is an NPC. We are all player characters. So yes, we have the Ghost Boy. So in this past time, oh my God, I should have said it before I flipped the card because it was in my mind. What I was thinking about, I was like, for those of y'all who have been doing like the work, capital T, capital W, trademark, the work, you have been moving the bodies. Like, you didn't just move the headstones, you moved the bodies as well. You exhumed the bodies, you looked at them, you paid homage, and you buried them in their new location. If you don't know what that means, typically when something comes up in a reading where I'm saying somebody's trying to fake it till they make it, that is, there's a line in Poltergeist where the dad is screaming at his boss. The reason why the house is haunted, if you don't know, spoilers for Poltergeist, is because the company that made this subdivision, when they moved the cemetery to build the new properties, they moved the headstones, but they left the bodies. And that is faking it till you make it, or acting as if. Moving the headstones, cosmetic changes without doing the actual dirty, nasty work of going inside, right? And just exhuming that stuff that nobody really wants to look at about themselves and their situations. And yet, if you want to really manifest change your reality, that is generally what is required. So our ghost boy, you moved the bodies and the headstones, all right? The real work. And also when we're doing that work, you know, our ghost boy here is fairly lonely, and it's active work. So this is not the ghost girl. We are not passive here. We are doing active work. So that is y'all's representing row. And like at the bottom here, this is pretty happy. I don't have any like kind of, I guess, more malefic player characters. Maybe I should make some more. So representing these other energies is the mage girl. And that is a more passive, well, that kind of makes sense to me at the moment, but we'll see, a more passive energy. So what's going on here? Well, they want 4 for them, all right. Still have the 6 of Pentacles at the bottom. The Page of Cups. Yazel, maybe, don't judge me. The 8 of Swords. Mebahel, God, protector, and savior. So Page of Cups here, God who rejoices, divine comfort, gives consolation and protection from one's enemies. 8 of Swords, God, protector, and savior, truth and justice, protection from enemies who would steal one's fortune. Like, we got, as you can see, we already have a bunch of mention of enemies here. Protection from enemies, those who would steal. Page of Swords, Hahahia, God the refuge. Refuge governs dreams and reveals mysteries hidden from mortals. Okay. And then the 7 of Wands. Reyael, the expected God. Liberation. Deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. 7 of Wands, though, like we have a lot of, I don't know, depending on what comes out. Because the point of karma, when I said this is a good thing for everybody in the long run, is that the only reason why, like, the point of negative karma, besides like consequences, it's not for people to be punished. It's for people to learn lessons. And usually the tougher the consequence or karma, the more heavy hitting the consequences had or have to be in order to help someone understand what is going wrong and how they can change that. So like what we have here is sort of like a Page of Cups is so protection from one's enemies, and then 8 of Swords. It's like there is some sort of, for anyone who was like actively like trying to harm you or harming you, it's sort of like that has been sequestered. And also I can't ignore on this Page of Cups gives consolation. There's something on this Page of Cups that, like, you know, it's the forgiveness thing. Forgive these people, they know not what they do, which is why they are in this situation right now. The Page of Swords, like, while these people either were or are like hemmed in by their own behaviors and consequences, it's like the truth is being revealed, was revealed, will be revealed, governs dreams and reveals mysteries. Usually this is going to come in the form, depending, of nightmares and things like that. For certain people, if they really want to, like, you can't like, you just can't hide from stuff. Like, it's going to come up. Even the stuff that you try to shove down, it's going to come up, like, while you're asleep, or you're going to, like, be dealing with, like, major insomnia or something like that. And then 7 of Wands. So liberation and deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. It is possible that some of these people, during whatever this judgment phase here, they will experience liberation from the karma cycle, which is good. The 7 of Wands, though, is also like that fighting card, like having to fight. It is possible that they will be overtaken or have to contend with their own misdeeds, right? So we are starting down here, and I'm supposed to get one from here. Okay. Well, then what is this? It wants to come out, but it's not for that. No, yes? Oh, this reads all over the place already. Page of Swords, some sort of incoming communication someone is nervous about and is hoping, I don't know, it's seeming like for acceptance, and it seems like they are going to labor with some sort of action to get the thing that they want. Because we're in a low place right now, it looks like. What is this down here? The 9 of Pentacles. Now, that's usually the collective. And I don't know why it wanted to come out. It's down here. Maybe that will reveal itself later. Okay, what is on our Mage Girl? The 3 of Pentacles, because you see the Mage Girl is laboring over something. So we have someone working, and the image that's being called to my mind is not the traditional Smith deck that has the 3 of Pentacles. Like, there are 3 people there with, like, the building. I forgot what the name of the deck is, and it's over there, so I can't show you. But there's one where it just looks like someone is, like, smithing 3 pentacles that are above them. And that's what I feel like. There's some sort of labor going on here with these energies in the bottom row that are perhaps on the naughty list. Yeah, we got something. I don't know about that. We got something. I don't know about sinister. Well, it's a mess, because this is... We got a mess going on with these energies who are potentially on the naughty list here. Let's try that one more time. Oh. Like I said, these people, like Wheel of Fortune, upside down, the bottom of the wheel. One more shuffle, because I didn't like... These shuffles are no good. But that's not my fault. It's these energies' fault. So the Page of Cups. Iazel, God who rejoices. What's going on here? They came out. God who rejoices, I have seen my enemies driven before me and heard the lamentations of their women. There is nothing finer than this. That is power. So yeah, we have some people at the bottom of the wheel here in need of divine comfort, and that is available. Like, that's never, like, whenever anybody's going through something like this, whether it is self-inflicted or not, like, no one is ever completely bereft of resources or reaching out. And if you are a theist, like, divine governance and abundance and healing is never closed off to anyone. Like, hell is just supposed to be temporary. All right, so this 8 of Swords. Mebahel, God protector and savior. Oh, hey, Ace of Pentacles. So like I said, there might be some sort of divine intervention here. I'm seeing a King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And there, like, look, there's some sort of support for these people, either from their family or specific communities who care about them. And like, that's that Three of Pentacles. They are working together on a particular labor. All right, Page of Swords. Hahaya, God the Refuge. Refuge governs dreams and reveals mysteries hidden from mortals. This is like something, this is actually less about money and community to me and more about revealing the master plan here. Like revealing, like this is like seeing, like here are all the dominoes and the pattern. Here's the pattern, and now you can see how you set that up. Like that is kind of the point of harsh karma. Like we need you to see this. And that's what this is striking me as with that Page of Swords. And then this Seven of Wands. So we have some people who have already hit bottom. And like, honestly, to be honest with you, I just feel like those would be the people who would be showing up in reads now, because we are like past the point, I think, where anyone who would not be like an ascended past person would come in through a read. So anybody who's like descending further into the hell realms, we're probably not going to hear about that because it's just none of our business, because those people aren't going to be like in your life, period, at least for another decade, if they don't sink even further into the hell realms, right? So we're hearing about people who are perhaps just now, or are maybe in the midst of doing some sort of actual work here, or understanding, you know, the consequences of their actions. Up 7 years. Seven of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. Re'iyel. Liberation. So this is also seeing. So we had here seeing the master plan, looking back at that. What happened over the last 7 years, the manifestations, what I have to contend with, because these people are still going to have to contend with the manifestations within their reality. And, but they now have the information. They now have the divine blueprint in order to begin correcting these things. Yeah, look at that. I understand and I'm working on it. There we go. So what do we do? Oh, 3 at the bottom. Okay. So I'm actually happy about this, because I was just like, oh, when I knew there was like a karma-ish read coming through, I was like, do we really need to hear about like horrible things happening to people who deserve it anymore? And apparently we don't. But there may be people who are fighting, like they're going to see you in whatever position that you're in here, and they are going to be fighting for some sort of forgiveness. These would be people who perhaps had, well, no, these are people who had the hammer cracked down on them. Because here they are now. This, I would say though, that these are also like the kind of nastier side of the Emperor. This is usually like abuse of authority, hard-heartedness, like I know everything my way, or that, like that kind of like nastier energy. These people had to be broken down into the King of Cups instead of the Emperor, knocked down a peg, like, because they didn't lose like all of their dignity or anything like that. It's just like, hey, we gave you a little taste and you abused it. Now we got to knock you back a little bit so we can bring you back up again into the light. Like, oof. Yes, and these people, whoever they are, of course, like I said, through dreams, up at night, they're seeing their own actions or their own reflection, right? So what are these 3 cards right here? Well, I get all that, but what's this? What I see here is on both sides, like the High Priestess is down there. On both sides of the High Priestess, we have this Three of Cups and the Fool. This is very much feeling like maybe multiple people. It's maybe the energy of just one person wanting to come in, you know, for a potential reunion. Hey, can we do this and that and the other? And I see this High Priestess, right? And I don't know if it's these people, because we're down here with these people, or these energies' perception, that they're thinking that you are going to be hanging on, like you're not going to be able to do this. You're going to like kind of stonewall them or give them the silent treatment, because you are still in the energy of them like being these saboteurs. I would say validly, but that's the thing. That's why you want to tend to look at things, if you prefer, with fresh eyes, because things are changing daily. And like, there's this issue of looking at someone who you've known for a while as the exact same person as when you met them, and that is a mistake. And we can actually inhibit people's growth by doing that, by so if there's like someone who harmed you in the past, right, and you never let go and you never forgive that person, like you holding them in your mind and heart, like in the energy of their past stuff, not only is that unhealthy for you, but it also like makes it more challenging for them to get out of that. And like they can still do it, but if you want someone to actually be better, that's like the quantum entanglement side of that. So that, and I have seen it at play in my own life with certain people. Oh, and it's also not perfect, by the way. Like I've seen results with that, but it's not like, I've never seen anyone who is a certain age and has been a certain way for a very long time without a radical amount of help make that complete change. But I have seen progress from people who have done no work, period, switch up on me in the positive after I've done work. But in order to have that like radical change, the other person needs to be doing work as well. It doesn't seem to matter what they think that you are going to do. It seems like they're going to come in anyway. Like they're going to take some sort of action. And it's just sort of where it's almost like prepared for battle. Like I'm prepared for battle. All right. So that's where these people are down here. So this is again for some people, I would say if you're resonating with this for like a past partner or friend, but those could also be family members who you know deep down in your heart, you know, even if you don't tell anyone or admit it to anybody, that if someone came in radically changed, you would at least consider doing the work, capital T, capital W trademark with them. And so now this is more, and even if you're not, like maybe that'll help you do some more release work towards the end of the year. So well, of course, our ghost boy has become the Empress or the Emperor. Actually, let me get that out. We'll have both here. Our Emperor. What's our like androgynous version of that? I'll put Justice out as well for our non-binary folk. You know it's going to be like the last ones, as always. But if I switch and start going from like back to front, then it'll switch. Here's Justice. and our Emperor. So we have, depending on where you resonate, the collective has become Empress, Emperor, or Justice, if you would prefer to be off the gender binary. Oh, that's a telepathic messages? No, she's hungry. There were no messages for you. Something you don't see coming is coming. All right, this hermit. Iabamia. Word of God creating all. Alchemy and transformation. Rules natural events. Helps with spiritual progress. The Page of Pentacles. Like I said, you will now be seeing results in your materiality. Supposed to go on, so no more on that. Strength, Hakamia, the raising God, loyalty, delivery from those who seek to oppress brings victory. Well, yeah, this is some sort of victory here. Delivery from those who seek to oppress. But like I said, these resources or things being given, like I said, it's to some sort of purpose here. So what is that Knight of Swords? Well, you're gonna be able to take a rest from some sort of battle. This is potentially also some sort of work. And then that Five of Cups. The Five of Cups, this is that's got to be some other energy. Because we have here the Six of Pentacles and the Empress, Emperor, Justice. Oh, the Seven of Wands, that's those people down here. Not you are going to have like a rest from battle. These are these people coming to meet you. These people who are in despair and looking for some respite. I don't know. It seems like from their own ish. What is that Seven of Wands? I don't know about that. I mean, forgiveness, yeah, but... Okay, so yeah, these are these people. The people who had to get knocked back into King of Cups. I don't know if they're looking for respite from the labor that they have been doing, or if they are telling you that that labor has like concluded, or they want to do it with you. We have more information on that Devil and Temperance. That might be them talking about reversing the polarities, because the Devil going to Temperance, that's like, ah. I think this is them, one more, because this is either them telling you that they have healed, or this is them watching you ascend to like stardom in your way, or seeing that you have like done your healing work and they want to know how you did that because they want to do it too. So what is that Page of Swords? Well, it's them wanting to come in and do something. It seems more like them, well, it still could be either or to me. Because that's either them wanting to come in for help with their healing work, or them feeling like they have completed their healing work and they want to come in for like a reunion or union. This is some sort of like, I think they're saying they're done. I don't know about that, but they want to come in and be back in your life. I don't know. Seven of Pentacles. Nemamia, the lovely God, discernment, general prosperity, the deliverance of prisoners. Loyalty here, delivery from those who seek to oppress brings victory. So these people may have had victory over getting out of those devil energies, whatever they were. And they might be saying, like, I want to be loyal to you, and brings victory. So these people might have, if they have actually done work, they might have some divine assistance on their side for that victory. So this Seven of Pentacles, discernment, well, that, you know, you're going to have to discernment, general prosperity, the deliverance of prisoners. Oh, wow. Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups. A lot of potential there for new energy, new start, new energy, new passion, new love, compassion, forgiveness. If these people perform the correct actions, these things may be granted. But we don't know, right? We don't know. We don't know. Yeah, there's the apology. There it is again. And the commitment to do some sort of work. Okay, well, I'm going to clear this because then they wanted me to pull, like, what y'all can do, like, together if you're choosing to do that. So let me put this all over here. So this ghost boy and this mage girl, they're saying no, don't put any of that back. It's been some sort of enlightenment here. Well, you might not know it, but I would expect some form of communication here. Yeah, somebody understanding how their own, like, weirdo shit here, they, like, did some self-reflection on that. I'm sorry I was a weirdo shithead. Justice. Like I say, no matter what, just these people approaching you in, like, contrition and genuine sorriness and having done some sort of work and being open to work with you, even if you chose not to do this, just this action from them. Justice. Justice for you. What does that mean? You know, you might not know it, but, like, your people really might have, like, done a whole bunch of shit, like, while you weren't there and while you weren't looking. It might surprise you. I'm just saying. So now to close the reading, so I can get a little bit of, like, structure on this, though I am going to probably come up with something even more structured for our outro reads. Y'all know I have no idea what is going on. I do read the energy, but as far as the master plan, I do not know. I simply get downloads to help with the alignment in my own way, to create the, like, most positive outcomes for the greater good in my own way, but I have no idea what is going on. But Jesus usually knows what is going on, even if I don't. And so we're going to put some Jesus on this. Now, this is the Jesus for everyday living, not the fancy Jesus that we only take out on holidays for guests, okay? So let us see what Jesus says about all of this. Jesus says, rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven. Like I said, mega happy timeline. Also that in heaven, let us not forget, my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, that the kingdom of heaven is on earth.